Just start by stating your name.
My name is Phil Porter. My great grandfather was the architect of the Capitol,
That's cool.
and and every things are.
Tell me a little bit about your history with painting.
I've been painted since 1978. I did other forms of art. I did art all my life.
When did you start your business?
Um, I started it when I was with Patty.
Sure.
Uh, when I was with Patty, 19 started. Somewhat started in '78, but then about 1990 or 1992.
Sure. And then
1989. Is that a?
I think that in like 2000 and
That was the first art fair I did.
2007 or 8 you formed your actual business.
But I did it under ICW too.
Yeah, with Rita and
Yeah,
remember
Rita. Yeah,
Shannon
and
Munn,
Gary Messenger
Gary
and
Messenger, and remember Shannon Munhoff
Shannon. Yep,
helped like write the business plan.
and Patty Wyszynski,
Sure. And your brother Andy.
Rita Schumacher.
Yep. So tell, how do you feel about owning a business, Phil? How does it
I
feel
don't.
like?
I feel good about it. I feel good. It makes me feel good. I like painting. It helps my week move go fast. My week it helps
Sure.
things move. It keeps me on the whatever go. I like painting. I don't think I could live without the painting.
What's your in being a business owner and making money through owning a business? How does that make you feel?
That makes you feel good. I think it's. I liked it and better in working for somebody else. I'm not the kind that wants to work for somebody else. I like I like doing my own thing.
What's the hardest part of owning a business?
Uh, Having to wear plastic underwear, but otherwise things are fine. I don't mind. I like to wear just my usual underwear.
Sure. What's a silly thing that's happened? Can you think of a silly thing that's happened being a business owner?
Uh, Wildwood used to make my products.
Sure.
That was the other place.
They're still there.
Yeah, and Nick Berard used to make the picture take the pictures for the cards.
That's right.
Nick Berard and magnets.
Do you think there's a difference between Phil Porter the person and Phil Porter the celebrity?
I think so.
What's the difference?
Uh, uh, there's not much difference. Not much difference.
Yeah.
I'm the same person.
Do you think that people that are fans of your painting and know your work, do they think they understand kind of who
Some
you are?
people do, some people don't.
Yeah. If you could tell the world one thing about your painting, what would you tell them?
Tell them I took it up. My great grandfather was the architect of the Capitol,
Hmm.
and it's that's truth. And I don't know why my brother Andy doesn't face that.
It's the truth.
He doesn't dig into the past much.
Yeah.
So
How do you think business
I
is?
don't say much.
How's business lately? How's business been for you?
Fine, it's fine.
Yeah. Do you think the market for the paintings is good?
Yes.
You got any big projects you're working on right now?
Um. Um. Wiseman.
Tell me more
Wiseman
about
Center.
that.
That's the big one I'm working on.
Can you tell a little more about that?
I'm doing the picture of the Wiseman Center.
Yeah. How big is it?
30 by 52, 53.
Sure. That's pretty big.
You know,
Um,
or is it 40? I don't know.
it is. It's right there. It's 30 by 48.
30 by 48. That's not bad.
No, it's big.
That's big.
That's big. Any place you'd like to show before your career ends?
I
Is there a
did
place
a lot
that you?
of shows.
Yeah.
I've done shows at Ancora's. I did shows at uh, at at the Canterbury. I've done shows at Art House Cafe, which is no longer.
Hmm.
And I've done shows. I did one show at what's that famous artist? Oh, it's on State Street. Michelangelo's. I did it there. In Mother Fools, I did a couple shows at Mother Fools. I've done shows at what used to be, what was that place? Mildred's. I did shows at Mildred's. I did shows at Company of Thieves. I did shows at Froth and Dancing Grounds. I did shows all over.
Can you think of more?
Well, let's see. I did show on State Street, the Sun Room, and I did the Sun Porch show.
Hmm.
Sun Porch on University Avenue, which isn't around anymore.
Escape.
Sun Porch, Job Escape. I did shows. Job Escape, Sun Porch. Let's see what else.
Chazen.
Yeah, and I did University Hospitals twice, and I did a show at Mariner Apartments, Mariner over, behind the Park Motor Inn,
Hmm.
Mariner place.
Did you ever show at Absolutely Art? On Atwood? Megan Blakehorst? Did you ever do a show at Megan's place on Atwood next to Cafe Zoma?
Cafe Zoma.
Cafe.
Yes, I did. I did Cafe Zoma. I done I did Cafe Zoma a couple of times.
Did you do Absolutely Art next to Cafe Zoma? Shares a bathroom with Cafe Zoma.
Yes, I've sold stuff at Absolutely Art. I did.
Did you do the Chazen? Have you showed at the Chazen Museum?
Yes, and I've shown at the Union,
Mm-hmm.
Memorial Union. I've shown my art at Memorial Union.
Why don't you say the Chazen Museum?
The Chazen Museum and the Memorial Union. I've shown that. What do you think of that?
I think it's amazing. Have you shown any place out of town?
Yes, I've shown my art at Judd Fredrickson Gallery in what's that town? Pale-eyed. I've shown my art at in Shorewood in Milwaukee at the Art Bar, and I've shown my art at in Beaver Dam.
Mm-hmm.
I've shown it in Beaver Dam at Green Giant House. I've shown my art in at the Civic Center and at the present, oh, what do you call it? Overture Center. I've showed my art at Whole Foods,
How about the co-op?
the co-op. I showed my art a couple of times at the co-op, once or twice at the co-op.
Say
Wall
that.
Street Co-op.
Call off Chazen Museum one more time. Say that you've shown your art at Chazen.
I've shown my art at the Jason Museum.
Cool. Where else do you think you've shown? Art fair on the
Ancora's.
Yeah.
I've shown my art at Ancora's. Art fair on the square. I've shown my
You think of anywhere else? Any place that's gone now?
I've shown my I've shown my art at Cafe Royale. It's simple.
Sure, that would make sense. That would make a lot of sense. How about Winnebago?
Winnebago's studios. I showed my I showed my art at Java Escape,
Mm-hmm.
and they sold my cups and all that. I showed my art at Maboka.
How about what am I thinking of? Artists and Craftsmen.
Arts and Craftsmen. I show my art at Arts and Craftsmen.
I bet we're missing some.
Mother Fools. I show my art at Mother Fools several times.
Who else is?
Mother Fools.
Oh, I know one. How about what was the name of that place on East Washington?
East Washington.
It's a Mexican restaurant now.
I showed my art once at once at what's that little place at EVP. I've shown it at EVP once. I've shown it at that place. It's a Mexican restaurant. Doesn't always cook, but I think it was a French name.
Yeah, it's in that big building there, not
Yes.
far from EVP.
I showed my art there. I've shown my art there.
What was it called at the time?
That's what doesn't click.
Yeah.
It was originally the Washington Post, and then it became had a French name.
Yeah, I'm drawing a blank too. I remember when you showed there though.
I showed there, but I'm trying to think what it was called. Oh, great. That's what comes with getting old.
It was like a bistro.
Bistro, Fife's Bistro. Fife's Bistro, I showed my art.
Yeah.
Fife's Bistro. Once. Fife's Bistro. It was an everybody show.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, of course, you've shown your art at all of the things that.
Hilldale. I've shown it at the fire station on Monroe Street.
Mhm.
I've shown my art at at mm, what's place Midtown in Old Town.
Midtown Pub.
Yes, he used to have Old Town Pub. I showed it at Old Town too. So I showed my art at oh, Stamps Club.
Stamhouse?
Stamps Club. Sam's Club.
You showed your art at Sam's Club?
Yes.
When was that?
That is when Gary Messenger first met me.
That's funny.
Nobody wanted these. It was so funny. When I first met Gary,
The Kalahari.
the Kalahari,
You're showing your art at the Kalahari.
yep. She married the Kalahari, and that place in the American Club I showed my art. American Club.
Nicole.
That was too stressful. The American Club was I just couldn't. I thought it was too long to go, too long of a drive. American Club. I showed it at Green Lake, and there. What was the name? What was the name of that place?
Is that the Ost House, maybe?
Something at Green Lake. It was some house. I don't know.
Ost House? Ost House, maybe?
Oz House, something like that. Green Lake. I showed it at Green Lake, and I went to Green Lake with Amy.
Sure. Makes sense. You and Matt go anywhere else?
Let's see. We were going to show it at the Bruns Coffee Shop, but we never did. Over on Northport.
Mm-hmm.
We almost did. That was almost.
Right. Did you have work at that coffee house on Northport at some point though, when it was something else?
I might have. I
Yep.
don't remember.
I feel like maybe you had worked there at one point.
I might have.
Did you ever show at Mana?
No. I showed at Ancora, and I showed at Ancora on Monroe Street, in Ancora downtown,
Can you think of any other restaurant shows?
in Ancora on University Avenue. I showed there.
That's a lot of places, Phil.
Yes, it's a lot to remember. I showed my art at um mm, Froth.
Froth.
Showed my art at Froth House.
And what was it else besides Froth? It's been a couple of things, right?
Dancing rounds.
Did you show there?
Yes, I showed my art at Canterbury Coffee Shop,
Mm-hmm.
and before it became Dancing Rounds.
Mm-hmm.
So
Dancing Grounds and Froth were in the same place?
yeah, in Canterbury was.
And Canterbury was over there?
Yes.
Okay. Any other restaurants?
I tried to show it at Fanny Garver's, but they turned me down.
Sure. Pat Dillon had a gallery. I forget what Pat Dillon's place was called. Do you remember? You showed there
Hmm.
on Willie Street across from the co-op. Do you remember that?
Crossing the co-op, yep. I showed across from the co-op.
I don't remember what that place was called.
I don't know either.
It was Pat Dillon's.
I met Pat Dillon's.
Yeah.
I showed at Pat Dillon's. I've showed it in a lot of places.
Yeah. Remember Pat Dillon's? Did you ever show at Ground Zero or?
That was, I was almost going to show it at that new place on University Avenue.
What's that place?
Oh, in the Gephardt building.
Sure.
Well, trying to think what was the name of it was. And it was the same as Ground Zero, but it was in the Gephardt building.
Sure.
They turned me down too.
Sure.
I've been turned down.
Yeah. It's part of the gig, isn't it?
Yeah, it's part of the gig.
Evansville? Did you ever show down in Evansville?
Once at where was a glass studio and a women's hair salon, at a women's hair salon.
I can't remember the name of that place.
I showed there with Gary Messenger,
Yep.
my brother,
Yep.
Evansville. I showed my art in Evansville.
There's a lot of places, Phil.
I've showed my art at that place Stalzy's.
Stalzy's.
Stalzy showed my art before Matt left.
Sure. Did you ever show in a dentist's office?
I don't think so.
Public library?
I think the public library once. They had that show.
That's pretty good, Phil. I think that's good. That was fun, Phil.